Hey guys, welcome back to another video. After the overwhelmingly positive feedback received on my Zone 7 video, I have decided to start at the beginning and look back on prior areas of Juke's Towers of Hell, giving my thoughts on each area along the way. By the way, it would be amazing if we could hit 300 subscribers by the end of September, and only a small percentage of you are subscribed, so please consider subscribing. It doesn't take up any of your time and helps the channel immensely. Anyway, enjoy the video. Ring 1 was the first ring of Juke's Towers of Hell, composed of a collection of floating islands at the peak of the Great Inferno, and housing some of the oldest and most iconic towers in the game. This is also the first area new players will enter, unless you enter Zone 1 first. We don't talk about you people. Upon entering the ring, we are filled with nostalgia as the Wii Shop Channel theme begins to play. I have always thought that this is the song that is most associated with EToH, and for a good reason. It represents the almost sarcastic and mocking nature of the first ring due to its relatively easy beginner towers, providing a sense of comfort before being thrown into difficulty spike after difficulty spike. One big endurance test to see how capable you are before proceeding to the later areas. After looking around, you seem to be in a circular room with different exits. In this room is a massive wall of text outlining crucial information for new players, as well as 4 corridors to explore. Each corridor leads into a different area, the towers themselves, a viewing area for the ring, the cat therapy room, and a credits room. The room containing the towers is made up of 5 sections consisting of the beginner, intermediate, advanced, and psychologically unsafe towers, as well as a large room for the citadel. To the left of the towers is the difficulty chart as well as other information for newer players. This is quite a standard looking portal area, except for a mysterious grate in the floor in the psychologically unsafe section, which I will discuss later. Heading into the viewing area, the sheer scale of these towers is fully realised as a sense of uneasiness is created as they loom over you. Inside the viewing area there is some decoration, a vending machine, and of course, the studs people asked for. Also found here is an iconic screenshot of Michael P, and if you have seen the video you should be able to hear his signature screech as he plummets into the void. The cat therapy room is a place you can go to if you feel overwhelmed by the towers or need to calm down. This room is full of adorable cats and it definitely deserves to become a mainstay going into future areas. The credits room is the largest of the 3 side areas. To the left is a collection of podiums with each contributor to the game being placed on each one, and to the right is the community shelf, a collection of items that represent humour within the community. Speaking of the community culture area is placed inside the credits room, meaning we have the opportunity to look at more hilarious EToH memes. While the lobby can initially be perceived as filler made to direct you to the towers, there are a plethora of secrets to discover here, such as a secret mini tower inside one of the cat pictures, as well as a secret passageway leading to the dog zone. Inside the viewing area, there is a small button that has been placed on a tree, and activating it will give you a brief window to drop through the floor and access the Tower Rush, which allows you to complete every non-soul crushing tower in Ring 1 sequentially. Inside the credits room, you can find 2 hidden Fijos by climbing an obscure ladder in the corridor and jumping into the sad face on the wall, which leads to a room full of contributors of the game. Below them, the second Fijo can be found vibing on the computer. Also housed in the credits room is the most obscure puzzle in Ring 1, the elevator secret. While I won't go into detail on how this is unlocked, I will leave a link in the description for anybody wondering how to access it. Anyway, heading down the elevator will take you to a room full of portals for past events. While this room does not get used much, it's nice to see that all of the past events can be played again if somebody wants to. On the topic of secrets, I think it's finally time to discuss the metal grate in the floor. A small gauntlet can be found on the community shelf if you manage to make it up onto the first row, and bringing it to the grate will cause it to open up and provide access to the soul-crushing tower, Thanos Tower. There are also 2 exits in the main area that lead outside. The exit on the left leads to a shop for purchasing cosmetics with monthly challenge tickets, a portal which leads straight to Zone 1, and of course, the Pit of Dye. If all of the colours have been collected, link in the description, a portal leading to a newly implemented Pride shop will appear next to the regular shop, and it's nice to see this level of representation within EToH. However, this doesn't stop here, as performing an E-dance clip in a precise spot will allow access to the John Pride Trail. Choosing to head right instead will reveal faint arrows in the floor which lead to a small obby which, if completed, provides access to Ring 1's subrealm Forgotten Ridge. Overall, the towers in Ring 1 can be described as nothing less than iconic, with towers like Tower of Heck and Tower of True Skill being some of the highlights of the ring. Most of my difficulty milestones were achieved in Ring 1, as Tower of Impossible Expectations was my first Intense, Citadel of Laptop Splitting was my first Citadel, and Tower of True Skill was my first Remorseless Tower. I would say that most of the towers here hold up nowadays when compared to some of the newer ones, but my only complaint would be that Ring 1 was released when people thought it would be funny to place random, unindicated falling platforms and conveyors around the towers, leading to some cheap fails. Going forward with this series, I will be ranking every tower in each ring and then placing them on an overall ranking list so that I will have ultimately ranked every tower in the game. Going from most to least favourite, we have Citadel of Laptop Splitting, Tower of True Skill, Tower of Rage, Tower of Impossible Expectations, Thanos Tower, Tower of Keyboard Yeeting, Tower of Heck, Tower of Screen Punching, Tower of Stress, Tower of Killjoys, Tower of Anger, Tower of Annoyingly Simple Trials, Not Even a Tower, and finally Tower of Madness. It is important to note that both Thanos Tower and Tower of Annoyingly Simple Trials are both due to receive revamps at some point in the future, so if this affects the rankings in any way, check the pinned comment to view an updated version. Thanks for watching part 1 of what I will hopefully turn into a recurring series on the channel. Feel free to comment about your opinions on the ring, as well as letting me know if I missed anything, or if there was anything you want me to include next time. If you watched through the whole video, consider liking and subscribing to help out the channel a lot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.